what we had noticed, what warehousing sector was characterized by fragmented sheds and go downs in the past. So what has led to a structured growth of this segment?
Let me go back. Let me give you a slightly long answer for that. If you kind of try and understand the past 3 years or 4 years, and then kind of I can give you an outlook for the next 3 or 4 years. 5 years ago, warehousing was not even an acronym. It was go downs, right? It was literally go down spaces. So 2016, 5 years ago from today, 2015, there was no GST in India. Our policy level initiatives were still maturing and catching up. But the e-commerce was already there. It was already started. So you already had the Flipkarts and Amazons of the world trying to penetrate India very, very aggressively, offering large discounts. You remember the days when you could buy the same item cheaper sitting at your home. Of course, that's no more the case. But now you remember you could get an iPhone for like probably 3,000 rupees less if you bought it online versus, if you just went 5 minutes down the line. So that was a penetration strategy that e-commerce companies used. People started getting used to buying online. In 2017, what happened was GST was introduced. And that was a game changer for the space because before GST, if I thought about a go down, what I would do is have it in state A and state B and do goods transfer between state A and state B to kind of try and avoid or optimize my tax. Because that's literally what go downs were for tax optimization. And most of the storage was done in the manufacturing units or in the bonded warehouses. Now what's happening is because it actually makes sense, with GST, those borders have disappeared. You no longer have the tax restrictions. So you can actually, as a customer or as a e-commerce or a logistics customer, company, you can decide, okay, this location between Maharashtra and Gujarat or between Maharashtra and Karnataka is actually very suitable for my network planning. It's actually very suitable for my logistical plan. So why don't I go and invest a long-term real estate solution there, where I go and buy a very high quality, I talk to a quality developer who will give me a compliant legal space, which I can invest into, right? Which can be operating for the next 10 years. That changes the game. So literally from ticking the box and having a go down, you now are solving a real need for your business. So that changed in 2017. And like any other tax regime globally, any tax regime takes a year to stabilize. Yeah. So really people started understanding and stabilize GST by 2018. And 2019 onwards is, I believe, which is only a year ago or a year and a half ago, is where the warehousing story really got legs and started booming. You saw a lot of new institutional players coming in. You saw foreign capital coming in very aggressively into India. You saw about $5 billion of commitment into the space. So that kind of, suddenly gave the sector a lot of legs. The underlying demand was already there. E-commerce was already there. Consumption was growing in India. So all the background noise was already there supporting the sector. What was missing was policy level changes, and the government has acted very quickly and very favorably on that. The other thing that the government did was every major state now, at least most of them, have a warehousing policy, right? Yeah. So there's a lot of clarity. Me as a developer, when I go into Maharashtra or NCR or West Bengal, I know for a fact that if I can buy land in a particular zone, I know I will get my conversions and approvals and I can start business, right? Unlike a residential or a commercial space where, there are multiple approvals, warehousing has much lesser, much shorter approval timeline. It has more clarity, transparency into the process because it's a new thing. So the government is, caught up with the type of investors, the type of developers are mostly institutional, right? Yeah. There is no NPA story in warehousing. There is no, apartments not selling or buildings not leasing. In fact, the vacancy is less than 3 to 4% for grade A warehousing at a country level. So those things are already going. With the Propel over the next 5 years, what we see happening, the future of warehousing now with this story continuing is with same day delivery expectations of customers. So you don't want to wait. I mean, if you go online today and order a particular item, even if you go to Lenskart and order a pair of glasses, you want them now, right? Why should you wait till tomorrow morning? So that buying behavior is only going to accelerate. With that happening, with same day delivery, next day delivery becoming a normal trend, or I've heard now some customers talk about 4-hour deliveries. you will see more warehousing demand.
Yeah.
And not only that, you will see city center warehousing demand, right? So you will see warehouses, multi-storied warehouses within cities. So that imagine you have a mother warehouse in Bhiwandi, but closer to Mumbai city or almost within Mumbai city or inside the heart of Mumbai city, you have a 3-story smaller warehouse where you can keep fast moving items inside that warehouse. So as a customer, if I order it, a guy in a bike can go pick it up and bring it to my house, right?
Yeah.
So those trends are where you'll see more capital chase that. You'll see landowners develop warehousing rather than potentially an office or potentially a retail. I'm not saying those are sectors which will not continue to grow. They will also continue to grow very well. I think once COVID is over, retail and all that will also bounce back. But this is what I see over the next few years.